Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know that it's been quite some time since I've been doing this. I have done a few live streams, but I haven't recorded anything in quite a while. And for that I do apologize, but I'm back, we're ready to go, we're gonna do this thing. So let's get right back into Alan Wake.
Wake, where the hell are you? Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by you.
You want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him. I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Oh, whoa. Holy shit.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Oh, like that, I guess. Thermos over here to pick up. So make sure I'm not missing out on any supplies here. I'm not super observant, so I'm sure that I'm gonna miss something, but hang on. Alright. Use a building. Yeah, we're working on that. I don't remember what that just did. Oh, it opened that. Oof. Another page. Thomas Zane in love with Barbara Jagger.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
Oh man, I don't like this. I don't like this. Oh, item limit reach. What? I should be able to just carry all the ammo I need. Come on. Alright. Oh, not this crap again. Ow. The possessed items might be my least favorite feature in this game right now, if I'm being perfectly honest. I do not enjoy them, Sam. I am. I do not enjoy possessed items. Sorry, it didn't rhyme, but I'm not Dr. Seuss. I'm Alan Wake. Reach Mirror Peak, look out. Ah! Oh, I gotta climb this. Oh man, this is scary. This is like, without being like scary, this is scary. Oh my gosh. Let me out of here.
What the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, there's no way this could possibly
The
go
only way to
wrong.
reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
F my life. Ow. How do I get in there? I'm stuck. Oh, I gotta turn off the power. Never mind. So I just gotta come all the way over here where these guys are. Just, you know, hanging out. Oh my god, they're behind me. They are all over the place. There's so many. I don't like the idea of cutting the power, though. Oh. Oh, man. Ow. Ah. Alright, I gotta get up these stairs. Up these stairs into this building. Okay. I think I'm safe for the moment. There's gotta be some supplies in here. There's gotta be some batteries. Batteries. They're revolver ammo. Batteries. Oh god. Ow. Another flare. More batteries. I hear more people on the stairs. Okay. They're coming from the roof. Whoa. We can talk about this, my guy. Trust no one in the dark. You don't say. Running out of batteries. How do you get up there? Do I climb? No. I hear all these footsteps that aren't mine, though, and it's kind of freaking me out. I don't... I don't understand. Oh, I gotta climb that. There we go. Duh. Let's go pick up this thermos. I know I'm not gonna get close to all of them, but... Wake touched by the dark presence.
Some of the taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him. There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Oh, I can't drive it. Okay. Oh. Oh, there's more. Oh, goody. Oh, man. Oh, it's so foggy. There's another page. Let's go. Wake and Barry in the
I
cell.
stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Oh. Okay. An arrow pointing this way. Oh. Little supply box. I've been missing those. Trust no one in the dark. Hey, there's more of them. Ow. This makes me so angry. They're all over the place. Just want to get the thermos. Thank you. Oof. That's a lot of damage. That's okay though, there's a light here. Some emergency box with some more ammo in it. More batteries. Some shotgun ammo. We are all set.
Plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Whoa, hoo, hoo, hoo. That was sudden. Ah. Ow. Oh my gosh. Another checkpoint reached.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
You know it, Alan boy.
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
I do enjoy this shotgun. More batteries. Turn that on. Get some light up in here. Get moving. Why is that moving? If it's not possessed. No idea.
The place was dead. A ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Ow. Another page up here. Wake and Casey.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Why do I feel like he's not here either? Like something just tells me that he's not here. Ow. Oof. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna start using flashbangs on this stuff because it works. Sometimes. Occasionally, I guess. Didn't work that time. I don't trust this bridge. Gotta cross it, I guess. How do I get past this? Up here. Ah! Oh my gosh. Can I get in here? Please let me get in here. It's
I needed a
locked.
key for the door.
Of course I did. Hey, look, it's a key. Let me in. Oh.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
So yeah, we're noticing a lot of similarities between us and famous historic poet Thomas Zane. There goes another tree. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Seems like we kind of have a similar story to when he stayed in the same area. So you'll notice it's a trend. Hey, phone.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Does this guy, like, not realize the things that I have to do to get from point A to point B? Like, he's not getting chased around by these things at all, is he?
Birds.
Great. I love birds. Can't believe somebody actually suggested to me that the final boss fight should just be a giant bird. You know exactly who you are, and how dare you, because they give me PTSD every single time. Whoa, I don't know what just happened. But you know what? If it's furthering me along, then that's all that counts. I like how Alan Wake is apparently just... It's Alice. Another page.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
All accidents could be prevented.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that. Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Okay. So I just noticed I've been muted since I got back. I apologize. This is getting pretty interesting though, right? I don't know. I feel like this story is turning out pretty great. And like I said, I do apologize that it's been so long since I've played it. I don't know. Just had like a plethora of other things going on and work and personal stuff. Oh, that looks like it was bricked over. You talk to me on TV. Tom. What? I miss you, Tom. I miss you, Tom. Did you write this? Tom. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Not sure that I want to know what's going on with Tom. But somebody misses Tom a whole lot. A whole lot. Ah! Oh man, I am surrounded. Okay. Throw one over here, drop one over here, get one right here. Oh no. It wouldn't die. Oh my gosh. So many. Okay.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
This is getting really intense.
I was close now. I had to get there fast.
Wake wakes up in the
I
lodge.
tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. I did what I would find.
Wait! Are you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry! Please, lady! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know! I swear, I didn't know! We don't have his wife! We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! We just said we had her to make him play ball, you see? To get him writing for us! Please! Please! Oh!
All right, everybody. That was pretty intense. I'm not gonna lie. That was a great way to end that chapter. Thank you guys. I know this one is a little longer, but that's fine. Thank you guys for hang on.
On Alan Wake.
All right, that'll be it for this episode. Thank you guys for coming to check that out. I do appreciate it. Like I said, I'm back. I'm finishing Alan Wake up, and then I have some stuff planned for October. Hopefully, it'll all turn out pretty well. But I have some stuff planned for October, some fun things. Every Friday, there's going to be a different video posted. It's going to have something to do with something spooky because it's October. So, once again, thank you guys for checking the video out. Thank you guys for checking the channel out. Thank you guys for subscribing. And I will see you all next time.